Hello everyone and welcome to Siriana Tarot. This is a singles new love reading for Leo. We're going to look at the kind of love you're ready to experience now based on the growth you've already done. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, the Empress. All right, Taurus and Libran energy. Your person is also showing up as the World. Oh my gosh, Leo. Okay, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius energy. They're viewing you as the Emperor. Okay, Aries energy. And the connection, we see the Page of Wands. Okay, this is going to be a lot of fun. Exciting and new is what I'm getting. And we see the Three of Wands. Okay, so some of you might meet this person traveling, or this might be somebody who likes to do a lot of traveling. But the Three of Wands is also an energy of waiting. And I feel like, Leo, this is exactly what you've been waiting for, or you are exactly what they've been waiting for. I mean, I feel like it's mutual, to be honest. This person is the Empress. Okay, and we have the Emperor and the Empress coming through. Divine counterparts, twin flames, soulmates. But whatever label you want to give this connection, this is intense. This is powerful. This is meant to be. This is your person. This is the completion of a cycle. So seriously, get ready. I feel like it's just going to be a really fun connection. You two are so completely in alignment. This person is sexy, attractive, powerful, abundant, somebody that really does want to build and grow with you, somebody that's looking for expansion, so they're not looking for just like a fling. This is somebody who feels like you two are divine counterparts, or feels like you two are meant for each other. Even if you two are very different from one another, but it kind of feels like the opposites attract energy, Emperor and Empress, right? Oh, I love this, Leo. This is probably the strongest reading, okay, so far. I mean, we're early into it, but out of the initial cards that I've pulled, Leo, this is probably the strongest reading I'm going to do this series, okay? So let's see. We have the Nine of Wands in reverse, okay? So some of you, again, you do meet this person traveling, or there's some sort of travel or movement involved in bringing you two together. But the Nine of Wands in reverse tells me you may meet this person at a point in time where they are burning the candle at both ends, or they're feeling a little bit exhausted, overwhelmed. They're handling a lot, but they make it look easy. But I'm also seeing the Nine of Wands in reverse. This is a very sexually charged card, so you two are going to have a very strong physical connection. But this is somebody who also is going to feel like with you, Leo, not only are you their person, but they can let down their guard with you. They don't have to be guarded. They don't have to measure what they say or anything like that. I love that. There's going to be a lot of communication between the two of you. This is the type of person that, you know, when you go on a first date, it lasts for hours and hours. Yeah, Five of Wands in reverse. This person is going to want to beat out the competition if there is any competition here. I feel like this person is somebody who values peace, harmony, and stability. This is not somebody who wants drama. I don't feel like they necessarily they're not conflict avoidant in the sense that they'll do anything to avoid conflict, but they don't like drama. They're not going to put up with it. They really value peace, stability, calm, a regulated nervous system for them and for their partner. And we see the Page of Pentacles. You are going to be so interested in this, Leo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. You're going to say, you know what, this is something I want to invest in. This is someone who's just different. You know, they're a cut above the rest. They're so in alignment with me. And I love that. She's picking up that pentacle, and she's, you know, she wants to invest, but she's not going to rush into it either. All right, so let's see what else my Leos need to know here. I mean, this is your person. Emperor and Empress energy. This is your person, Leo. All right, we see Father. So we see that this person may have one or more children from a previous connection. But I also feel like this is someone that may want to have children or a child. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are a single parent. And I love that they're coming out as the Empress and Father comes through, because it tells me that this person is very balanced in their masculine and feminine energies. Now we see this person has been deeply wounded and trust must be established to open their heart. But there's something different about you, Leo, where they let you in immediately. They let down their walls and their barriers here. And, I feel like, yes, they probably have been hurt or disappointed in love, but when it comes to you, it comes to this connection, it's like all of that goes out the door, okay? But again, they're still not going to rush into things, right? We see serendipity, so you will cross paths when you least expect it or in an unexpected manner. Beautiful. And we see that this might start off as something kind of casual, although I feel like the intensity is there from the beginning, but it may be like a friend's first vibe, or you meet this person and they're, they are kind of closed off to dating, right? But there's just something so different about you. So there's going to be a strong friendship vibe between the two of you. And as many of you know who have been listening to my readings, you know that for me, the perfect recipe of a long-term connection is having your best friend and lover. We see traveler, so we did pick up on that with the Three of Wands energy here, that this is someone who enjoys new experiences, places, and people. They may have great stories to tell about their travels. All right, beautiful. So they're also showing up as the World card. So again, at a distance, somebody who travels a lot, wants to travel, enjoys travel, has travel plans. But this can also be the fixed signs: Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. But I also feel this could indicate that you two come from very different backgrounds. This is somebody who's closed out a difficult cycle and they are ready for something brand new, but they've also gained a lot of wisdom from that previous cycle. Okay. Let's see what else we need to know about this person. They're not over you. Okay, so obviously this is a nod to someone that you might have dealt with in the past, and that might be true for some of my Leos. But for a lot of you, I just feel like this is somebody who just feels like they would never be able to get over you if this doesn't work out. All right, this person may play games. Now that could just be their playful. I heard Gemini energy there. They could be kind of playful. I'm also seeing with plays games, and we see chess here. This might be somebody that really enjoys playing card games, board games, online gaming, games on their phone before they go to sleep or to relax or while they're waiting. So I'm not really getting this as somebody here who plays head games with you or anything. All right, because I'm getting that they're anything but emotionally immature. And we see ginger. So for some of you, this person may have red hair or reddish hair. This could also be somebody that loves to cook with ginger, make ginger tea, loves gingerbread cookies, or uses ginger in, natural remedies for health and wellness, makes fire cider, things like that. And this is somebody here who really loves to experiment. And I definitely see that with the Page of Wands. You two are going to love trying new things, doing new things, experimenting. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know here, please? All right, so we see sudden wealth showing up in reverse. This is somebody who's worked really hard for what they have, Leo. This is not someone who I feel like things were handed to them. This is somebody who, even if it looks like they've had some sort of overnight success, they really put in the work and they put in the dedication. Okay, we see high honor. Some of you, this person, this person may not hold a really high position, or they might not do something that's really glamorous, but I do feel like it makes them a lot of money. Okay, it makes them a lot of money. They have this quiet wealth and stability about them is what I'm hearing. Maybe they might have a modest home, or they might have a more modest job, but they've invested really well. They don't have any debt, or they have a lot of money in the bank. And I'm not saying that this person is stingy or anything like that. I actually feel like they live quite a comfortable lifestyle, but I don't see them necessarily being super flashy. And we see bad health. Okay, so for some of you, this person may have experienced some sort of, accident, illness, injury, or bad health in the past. I also feel, too, this person may be a caregiver, okay, and maybe particularly to their father. All right. But this is somebody who's hardworking, dedicated, and wise. And I feel like they've made good, sound investments with their money. And so, like, again, like I said, they might not have some like super high paying, flashy job, but they've saved, they've invested, they've done things right. And I feel like they're kind of that person who, I mean, I don't know if they're necessarily a millionaire, right? But there's somebody who's like walking around that doesn't look like a millionaire that is. All right. And maybe they're able to take really nice vacations or do things that they really enjoy, but like on the surface they kind of live modestly. All right, I like that energy. All right, because it's telling me this person is not superficial, but they're really stable and they want to lead, or they lead a really comfortable lifestyle. For some of my Leos, this person has lighter skin. They want to send you a message. So some of you could meet through like online dating or online or apps or something like that. They might already have your details for some of you. Your paths will cross when a holiday is in season, or maybe during this past holiday season. Now for me, holiday can really be any type of celebration. It can be a birthday, it can be a wedding, it can be, around the new year, those holidays. But it could also just be like, celebrating work drinks, celebrating a raise or promotion or something. And we see that this person can speak more than one language. All right, beautiful. And we do see called you the other night and wants to send you a message. So some of my Leos, you may already be in contact with this person. But I also get with called you the other night, this can also be somebody that you're just going to have long conversations with, video calls, phone calls, especially like when they're traveling or if there's some sort of distance here between the two of you. Now we see the Emperor energy. Okay, they see you as the one. They see you as their person. They see you as the one they want to be with. This Aries energy is similar to Leo in the sense that it's very passionate, playful, love taking risks, fiery energy. But the Emperor is very strategic. The Emperor has a lot to offer. The Emperor is very grounded and knows what he wants. Yeah, they're seeing Empress energy in reverse. They may be a little bit worried about third-party interference. And I do see that this person does want to beat out the competition. This person may meet you, Leo, at a point in time when you're bettering yourself. So again, or maybe you've just recently gotten a raise or a promotion, or you're getting back in the gym or something like that. But they may also be they might just be worried that your attention is scattered or elsewhere or on somebody else. All right, and we see the Ace of Pentacles, but immediately off the bat, they see you as divine counterparts and potential for something solid, stable, and secure. Again, I also feel with the Empress in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles, they're worried that you might see potential elsewhere, okay, or with somebody else. How my Leos are going to be feeling, the Ace of Wands, interesting. You might not be as attracted to this person at first, or you might feel like you want to reject them, or you don't have time or energy for this. Okay, Leo. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What does this person really admire about my Leos, or how do they view my Leos, or what do they really admire about my Leos out there? All right, so we see dilettante, all right? So you delight in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Oh, okay. So they love that, like, and you might have like similar hobbies or interests. You may see this person out and about doing things you enjoy, listening to live music, going to, an art opening, going to a cafe, reading a book, things like that. But this person, they love that about you. They love that you're interested in different things. They love that you're creative, but they also love that you're not superficial. Okay. And we see hero and heroine. This is one of my favorite archetype cards to come through because we have two people that are working towards the same thing here. So you have a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Two people working towards the same end. You both are self-starters. You both are, the heroes of your own story, right? You both have really made something of yourselves. You both have moved towards success and the spotlight even. And they love, Leo, that you're rebellious, okay? That you challenge authority to affect social change. You reject spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. So they love your rebelliousness. rebelliousness. I don't know why that was so hard to get out, Leo. But yeah, they love that you're not afraid to march to the beat of your own drum here. All right, so we see here that the Page of Wands, I do think that this is actually going to be fun and really exciting. Even if you do feel like a little bit exhausted when you first meet this person, or I don't know, like maybe it's just that Ace of Wands energy. Maybe you don't think you're as attracted to this person at first. But we see navigating uncertainty, that this connection moves through unknown territory. Clarity develops with time. I also think maybe attraction will develop over time. Now, I do think that I'm not saying you're not going to be physically attracted to this person. I mean, the Emperor and the Empress absolutely, are going to be so drawn to each other. And again, this person is very attractive. I mean, the Empress energy is attractive. But I kind of feel like just like whatever's going on in your life, like your energy is scattered, or you're building something, or you're working on yourself. You may not be really that focused on love and relationships. So clarity develops with time, with getting to know each other. Again, if there's distance here, some of my Leos might be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't even take the time to get to know them. All right. This connection reopens your heart to trust, reminding you that meaningful bonds are still possible. Oh, so over time we have trust and we have clarity coming to the forefront, and choosing growth over comfort. This connection asks you to evolve beyond familiar patterns. Yeah, so this is different in so many ways here, Leo. All right, grounding into the present. This connection anchors attention in what is real now, so stay grounded. It helps you ground. All right, and this connection forms through navigating a challenge together. Alignment strengthens through cooperation. I love that. So, somebody having your back, or you two needing to fix something, or get through challenging times together, really strengthens that bond. There may be something in the Capricorn reading I just did, because there was a similar theme there. All right, let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know? You are worthy. Okay, so your worth doesn't depend on the other person. Yeah, and I do feel like you both are independent. You know you don't need a relationship here, Leo. We see love language, acts of service, but actions speak louder than words. I definitely see that tracks in this reading. There is going to be burning desire. Flames of passion ignite, so don't worry about that. We do get this best friend and this casual energy coming through for you, so friendship is vital to your romance. Feelings deepen and blossom. And some of my Leos, you might need that friendship energy first, right? Because you are focused on your own game, or you're focused on up-leveling, or maybe you're not as sure as this person is. And some of you might meet this person traveling, or you may take a lot of trips together. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know about times or dates? Anything else my Leos need to know? We see September, so maybe between now and September, or September can be, it can be Virgo, Libran energy here. All right, and in the coming years. So I do see that this is meant to be a long-term connection. And we also see January, Capricorn, Aquarius energy coming through here. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.